So welcome folks who might be the same folks who are here presently to the Zoom. Um, it's your future selves. So let's start laying on our backs. And if you have a weight and feel like using it, like a 3 or a 5 pound weight or just something heavy, having it close by. Oh, Hercules. I'm just going to mute you guys. No offense. So we're just going to come to lay on our backs. Maybe with your knees bent, maybe full on Shavasana, just whatever is going to feel good to your body. And let's bring our hands to our lower belly. So we just want to get our breathing going. So on the inhale, really feel the diaphragm pulling down your core so that it's your lower belly that's rising and falling on the exhale, not so much your chest. So we're going to have belly breathing. So just taking some time, maybe closing your eyes, focusing on this feeling. Good. So as you keep going with this deep belly breathing, notice the parts of your body that are being supported by the floor. Now, if you're not there already, let's walk up your feet. So your knees are bent and your feet are on the floor. And feeling, again, your back body, what's being supported by the floor. So feeling your hips, your pelvis, and your upper back are the main sort of pressure points into the floor and your feet. Whereas your lower back is just kind of doing what it wants. It's not getting pressed into the floor at all, which is important for the next part, because now as you exhale, I want you to start to engage your core. So feeling your stomach muscles pulling downward. And if you can, feel the muscles in your back trying to pull up to your core, almost like you're kind of snapping the front and back of your body together, like one of those coats with buttons. You want to feel like all the way up your core, your front body and your back body are coming together, squeezing together. So on your inhale, releasing enough to feel that belly breath. And on the exhale, starting to feel that coming together of your front body and your back body, squeezing, pressing together. Now let's also add in the pelvic floor. So on the exhale, you're also feeling the pelvic floor drawing upward, squeezing upward. Also bringing your attention to the stomach muscles right under your ribs. Also feel them contracting sort of inward and downward. It's almost like the muscles right under your ribs are pulling down towards your hip bones. Final piece of the puzzle is, and this is hard to feel, I find, but your two hip bones feel like they're almost trying on the exhale to reach towards one another. So there's sort of a folding inward feeling as well. So almost imagining you're wearing a corset and on your exhale, everything is squeezing inward. Good. So keeping this pattern going of releasing enough for your inhale to give you a bit of a belly breath. And then on the exhale, feeling all these points squeezing inwards. Bringing your hands alongside your hips with your palms facing inward. And now also on the exhale, feel like you're squeezing your sides of your arms in towards the side of your body. So feeling your chest getting alive, feeling your lats, your underarms, everything squeezing inward. So even though we're just laying here, feeling a lot going on the exhale. Good. So now adding in on the exhale, really engaging your rectus abdominis and lifting your head and shoulders off the mat. Then inhale, slowly rolling back down. So exhale, squeezing upwards. Inhale, slowly rolling back down. Just making sure that as you kind of peel upwards, you're not sort of pressing the lower back into the floor. If your neck doesn't love this, taking a break, or imagining you have an apple between your chin and your chest. Good. Now lowering your head back down, and letting your arms relax to the floor, but keeping that pattern of on the exhale, feeling all those points in your core sort of contracting. Good. So now we're going to do a little bit of a hip circling. So one knee is pulling in and then outwards. And the difference between our normal hip circling is as you pull in, feel your lower core really contracting, like it's squeezing that knee in and then keeping it nice and engaged as your knee makes these small circles. So this is very much a brain thing, trying to make that lower core really contract. Especially on the exhale. So let's have it be on the exhales when the knee is drawing in and to the side, then your inhale when it's rounding around the bottom. Good. Keeping those stomach muscles firm, switching legs. Again, exhale to draw the knee in and to the side, and then your inhale on the bottom half. Really mentally putting your sort of awareness to that lower core, squeezing in on the exhale. Good, wonderful. Putting that foot down, keeping the core still engaged, hands alongside our hips. And let's just do some glute bridges, just trying to stretch out the hip flexors, slowly lowering down. And as you lower down, it's a nice opportunity to feel your back body and your front body really squeezing towards one another. So let's inhale to press up, feeling the glutes engaged, the quads pressing through the feet. And then really, as you slowly lower and exhale, feel the front and back of your body, almost like getting sandwiched together. So really slow, controlled lowering. Good. Bringing those hips back down to the floor. We're going to do some twisty stuff. So your hands can be across your chest or behind your head, just wherever works for your shoulders. So your inhale, you're just kind of hanging out here. On your exhale, you're lifting up and twisting your core. So it's like you're reaching your one shoulder towards the opposite knee. Inhale, slowly lowering down, really feeling that compressing between the two sides of your core. Exhale, a little twist the other way. Inhale down. So the nice thing about this one is the slower you go, the more controlled you go, the more you get out of it. Taking breaks if your neck starts to get mad. Just bringing your brain to the twisty part of your core, just seeing how everything feels. And again, on the exhale, feeling a tremendous, powerful compression or contraction. Good. My neck's getting sore, so I'm going to come on down and let it relax. But you keep going if you're still feeling okay. Good. So coming back down to our starting point. If you have a weight, grabbing it. If you don't, no worries. It works the same way. So if you have a weight, holding it above your chest. If you don't have a weight, just having your arms reaching up, palms facing in. So again, on the exhale, we're feeling the core really engaged. So our inhale is lengthening one leg, reaching our arms overhead, not letting that like arch happen in your spine. The muscles right under your ribs, keeping them strong. Exhale, drawing your knee in and bringing the weight over your chest. So this is contraction, but keeping things strong on the inhale, and then exhale, contracting the stomach muscles. And you can do this without a weight as well. One arm or two arms if you've got a shoulder thing going on. Just really feeling the core, the upper and lower core contracting on the exhale. Good. So keeping your stomach nice and firm, and we're going to switch legs, but keep that same feeling of contraction on your exhale. Good, wonderful. So putting your weight down, you've got one, and hands alongside your hips, and let's do some more glute bridges. So stretching out the front body and then feeling that contraction, that pinning together of your front and back body as you slowly lower down. Okay, wonderful. Having your hips come on back down. And we've got some options for the next one. The first option is strong core and your hands on either side of you and bicycling your legs. So feeling the core nice and strong. We're not squishing our lower back into the floor. So that's kind of the trick. Keeping the underneath your ribs nice and engaged. So this is the first option. The next option is hands behind your head. That's lifting your shoulders and neck off the floor, but really keep the core engaged. I just let my core go and started using my back. So don't do that. Keep your core nice and engaged. The next option is starting, it's kind of a weird feeling, but it's hard. Rolling to one side and then rolling back through center and then kind of using your core to roll on the other side. Using your breath, exhaling each time a knee comes in. So messing around, seeing which one works best for you. Whew. Okay, just a few more. Going slow and controlled, keeping track of your breath. Okay, coming back through center, coming on down, and as our break, let's do some more glute bridges. So hands alongside your hips, engaging the glutes, stretching out the stomach muscles, and then exhaling, feeling everything sandwiching together as you slowly lower back down. Good, wonderful. I think it's time for a good old stretch. So let's lengthen out our legs, lengthen out our arms, and just feel a big full body stretch. Letting those stomach muscles lengthen out. Taking a big inhale as you exhale. Bringing your knees, bringing your head towards your knees, maybe rocking side to side if that feels good. Wonderful. And let's make our way on to our stomachs. So just when we first get there, let's just take a moment to do some crocodile breathing. So having your elbows bent, your head relaxed on your hands. And just as you inhale, feel your back body, your lower back expanding. So remember at the beginning, we were doing belly breath, where your lower belly expands on the inhale. Now we're feeling our lower back expanding on the inhale, trying to relax and soften the lower back. Good, wonderful. So now we're going to start waking up the back body a bit more. So hands either alongside kind of your head with your elbows bent, or you can have your hands alongside your body, palms up or down, whatever feels good. So as you inhale, engaging the muscles in your back body, feet pressing into the floor to peel your chest up. And then exhale, lowering down. So feel that contraction in your back body lifting you up. We're going to keep our feet on the floor with the tops of your feet pressing into the floor. I just think that's safer for the lower back. So with your own breath, feel all those muscles running up and down your spine, contracting to peel you up, and then carefully, slowly lowering you down. And just for fun, let's hold it for a moment. Trying to keep your spine long, breathing deep. And lowering back down. Good. So let's come up onto our hands and knees and just take a moment to press back kind of into a bit of a child's pose with your knees more or less together, not a wide angle one. This is more about stretching out your back, stretching out your arms. Good, wonderful. Then coming back up onto your hands and knees. Let's do our favorite. So maybe hips side to side. Maybe you feel like some cow and cat, just automatic pilot, whatever your body seems to want. Good. Wonderful. So from our hands and knees, let's get into our core again. So as you exhale, just let your stomach sort of relax. Feel that lower belly expanding on the inhale. And then this is opportunity on the exhale to really feel your stomach muscles pulling in. So from a release of the stomach muscles on the inhale to on the exhale, contracting it. Good. So now We're going to keep that core strong, reaching out your right leg behind you. Really on the exhale, feeling the stomach muscle strong. So this is our inhale. On the exhale, strong core, drawing in your knee. Inhale, reaching it back out. Good. So now we're going to change it a bit. As you draw in your knee, rotating outward your hip. So your knee is coming more alongside your body. And then reaching it back out. So it's sort of, you're feeling your side body and your hip working a bit more. And then adding if you like, sort of turning towards that knee. So you're contracting your side core muscles. So inhale to reach out, exhale. You know, the where's my butt stretch? It's the same sort of muscles we're working here. It's the side body kind of curling in. So your shoulders reaching towards your knee. Then inhale, coming back to the start. Good. Putting that knee down. Let's come into a wide-legged child's pose just for a minute. Just letting those hips relax, letting everything lengthen out. Breathing deep. Good. When you're ready, coming back up onto your hands and knees, and now the left leg is going out behind us. So starting just straight back. This is your inhale, exhale, drawing in. Inhale to extend, exhale, stomach muscles contracting inward. And now we're going to change it to rotating your hip outward slightly. So your knee is coming up towards your shoulder. Inhale, lengthening it out. Exhale, drawing it up alongside. And adding in that kind of twisting, bending towards that knee with the same shoulder. Good, wonderful. Coming back into your wide-legged child's pose. And if you like, let's bend in your right elbow and reaching your left arm towards the right. So you're just sort of stretching out those side core muscles for a moment or two. Wonderful. Coming back through center, getting your spine straight up and down for a moment or two, just feeling that lengthening in your spine. Nice inhale, nice big exhale. And then when you're ready, doing that on the other side. So left elbow pulling in so you can reach your right arm over to the side, getting that big stretch along the side body. Wonderful, bringing everything back through center. Again, getting that nice long spine for a few deep breaths. Good, then coming back up onto your hands and knees. If your shoulders are happy, coming into downward dog. If you don't want weight on your shoulders, sitting on your seat and flexing your toes and getting a nice back body stretch that way. So sort of like just feeling your spine nice and long, flexing your toes. If you're doing downward dog, maybe bicycling out your legs for a little bit. And just really stretching out your hamstrings wherever you are, feeling those hamstrings in the back of your legs stretching out because we've had our knees bent so much. Good. Now, if you're seated, downward dog, people keep downward dogging. If you're seated, having your feet, your knees bent, your feet kind of out from your body a bit, getting your spine really nice and long, and then starting to tip backwards. So this is your inhale, and then exhale, bring yourself back up. So playing around with engaging your core from seated. Another option is to lean back and hold it, or try bringing your feet up off the floor. Now the downward dog, people, what I'd like you to do is shift into a plank. So feeling your spine nice and long, trying to feel almost like your shoulders and your hip bones are kind of trying to reach towards one another. And on the exhale, really feeling your core engaged. So wherever you are, feeling your core really, really active, breathing deep. Okay, if you're in the plank, if you like, start letting your hips sway side to side so you feel your side body getting engaged. If you're seated, you can get your side body going by letting your arms float from side to side, getting kind of twisty. So wherever you are, breathing deep. Good, hooray. So we've been here a while. If you're seated, slowly lowering back onto your back. If you're in your plank, lowering your knees and just doing whatever feels good, whatever you like. And then gradually making your way onto your back. We're all just going to meet onto our backs. Okay, wonderful. When you get onto your back, let's do a big full body stretch, letting your back arch. So you're stretching out those stomach muscles. Let's do some ankle circles and just feel your whole body lengthening out. Do a big inhale, and then on the exhale, just let everything melt into the floor. We're going to come into banana. So your shoulders and your hips kind of stay heavy into the floor, but then sort of walking your hands and feet to the right until you feel a big stretch up the left side of your body, kind of from your ankle all the way up to your baby finger. So just sort of moving enough that you feel that big ribbon of stretch on the outside of your body. Breathing deep, letting go. Good, bringing everything back through center. And just for a moment, let's inhale our spine and body long. And then as you exhale, just give your knees a little bit of a hug. Maybe letting your knees rock a little bit if that feels good. And when you're ready, lengthening out your whole body again. Nice big full body stretch, rotating your ankles. Letting your back arch, just feeling your whole front body stretch out. Nice big inhale. And as you exhale, just let things relax. And walking your hands and feet in the other direction now, towards the left. So you'll feel a big stretch down the right side. Wonderful. Bring everything back through center. Going for another big full body stretch. And then, so taking a nice inhale and exhale, hugging in your knees. Doing any last rocking or maybe knee circles. We're going to be coming into Shavasana soon. So if there's anything you feel like you need to do that we haven't done yet, go for it. When you're ready, feet on the floor, knees bent, hands alongside your hips. Strong core. We're going to make our way into a bridge. We're going to hold it here for a moment or two. Really strong quads pressing through your feet into the floor. Strong glutes contracting to lift your pelvis. Trying to feel all those stomach muscles getting kind of a stretch. Big inhale, and then contracting your stomach muscles so that you're slowly coming back down to the floor. Good, wonderful. Hugging your knees in one last time. Nice big inhale, exhale, lengthening out into Shavasana, letting everything sort of flop. Now bringing your attention to your core and imagining, well, this is maybe a bit weird, but from your hip bones to your rib bones, imagining that whole area softening like it's a big bowl of soup. Especially on the exhale, feeling that whole area just softening, letting go. Being just kind of held. Imagine kind of like your bones are like the bowl. All the mushy stuff is the soup, just nice and gently relaxing into the bowl. Starting, if you need to move on with your day, starting to move your body, maybe stretching out or just softly moving. If you can stay at Shavasana, please do. See what happens. Rolling onto whichever side feels good, resting there a moment. And then slowly making your way up to seated. Let's just bring our hands to heart center and get a little bit powerful again. So on your inhale, you're feeling your lower belly expanding. On the exhale, feel that lower belly and core engaging and feeling your hands pressing together. Feel that nice expansion on the inhale and then the powerful contraction and pressing on the exhale. Namaste. Thank you, YouTube people, for joining. Stop that now.